How's it going, everyone? Want to give you guys an update on an upcoming PlayStation Plus Essential title that will be dropping here very shortly. We've got a lengthy how to play gameplay video of Death Note: The Killer Within, which again will be a PlayStation Plus Essential freebie. Death Note: Killer Within gets a how to play trailer. Now, let's go over some of the information that is in this trailer. It's the how to play trailer and how the game is designed, and then I'll go over some of my thoughts on it. So, Death Note obviously is the notebook that the human that's written in the notebook, they die. And I believe in the anime, Kira or Light was able to also write the way they die, but I digress. There will be a maximum of 10 players and they'll be split into two teams, with Kira, who possesses the Death Note, and a Team L, who will try to reveal Kira's identity and stop Kira from using it. In Team Kira, there's Kira and the Kira follower. These two work together in secret to steal IDs from other players and eliminate them by using the Death Note. In Team L, there's L and the investigators, who cooperate with each other and aim to reveal Kira's identity by sharing information. The game progresses through a cycle of action phases in which each team completes their respective tasks, and a meeting phase where players come together to discuss an attempt to arrest Kira based on the evidence gathered in the action phase. It's a battle of light and dark as Kira. You hold the Death Note and are the only one who can judge players. However, in order to judge players, you'll need an ID card with a player's real name you can obtain by approaching the target, but don't act too suspicious. Judge investigators and NPCs without getting caught, and if you can judge L, who is hiding amongst the investigators, you win instantly as Kira. And as a follower, your job is to steal IDs for Kira, so you can also communicate secretly with Kira via a transceiver. Additionally, the Death Note can be transferred between Kira and a Kira follower. Make the transfer at the right time to deceive the other players. Both L and the investigators must complete tasks to identify who Kira is. Some tasks entail asking NPCs for testimonials, which help reveal information about Kira. Investigators look for clues to support L's deduction. I actually really like the premise and the setup of this game. I've said it before, but when the trademark was discovered for Death Note: Killer Within, I was like, okay, what kind of game is this gonna be? And my thought immediately gravitated towards, alright bro, are we really gonna do a Death Note arena fighter? To me, a lot of Bandai Namco, when it comes to publishing their anime titles, you know, it is like a Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash, where it's very sloppy, very thrown together, and very much looking to capitalize on the IP. Jujutsu Kaisen obviously fits in the context of an arena fighter, but in the sense of Bandai Namco, you can tell which games they put emphasis in terms of the anime titles. You know, the Dragon Ball titles and some of the Naruto games, and then you'll have thrown together titles like Connections, but you know, I was expecting Death Note to be a little bit of a thrown together title, to be perfectly honest, just because the anime, let's be honest, it came out, what, back in 2006? It's not like it's at its peak. It's one thing where Bleach is getting this new video game. Bleach is incredibly hot right now, so it makes sense to put a lot of emphasis and a lot of attention into Rebirth of Souls, because Bleach is kind of having a bit of a second wind, and I think second wind is putting it lightly. Death Note came out back in 2006, and while it's still revered as one of the greatest anime of all time, you know, one of the greatest anime of all time up to episode like 26 or whatever, but you get the idea. It's one of the most iconic, notable anime. I really thought this was going to be a thrown together game, and maybe you could look at an online social deduction game being a thrown together game, but within the context of Death Note, the game makes so much sense, and it's actually complementary to what Death Note is. Death Note is all about the battle of minds. Like, if you watch the anime, it's about Light versus Kira. That is the whole, like, anchor of this story, and how they designed this game. It should have been obvious. Like, this is the actual perfect kind of game within the idea of a Death Note video game, especially given that, you know, Among Us was so popular. I'm not saying that this game is gonna be incredibly popular. Death Note as an IP, while it's notable, I just do also feel like it's an anime from a bygone era, where anime back in 2006 wasn't as popular as anime now, and it's not like Death Note is super hot right now. That's my only point of reservation, using the Death Note IP, what, almost 2 decades after it was added to Apex, but we'll see how it turns out as far as that's concerned. I'm happy that it's a PlayStation Plus Essential title. I think that's gonna let a lot of people immediately get into the game. I am really curious on what this game is going to be priced at, because I think that is going to be very important. If you look at a game like Among Us, Among Us is $4.99. That offers a very, very accessible entry point to Among Us as a game. Death Note Killer Within, based on the fact that it is utilizing an anime IP and a notable IP, I just feel like they're gonna price this a little bit more. Like, yo, they priced Jujutsu Kaisen at $60, and they released $95 Ultimate Editions for Jujutsu Kaisen and the Storm Connections of the world. I'm not saying this is gonna be $60. What I am saying is I don't think it's gonna be $4.99. I think they're gonna go, at the very least, the $9.99 route, or more than likely $14.99. I think anything above $14.99, that is where we're getting into a bit of a slippery slope of it being a little bit too pricey, because the obvious comparison point is going to be Among Us, and if Among Us is $4.99 and this is, you know, triple the price of that, I do think that already is a little bit of a cause for concern to some people, but we'll see ultimately how the reception is, and for PlayStation people, it is going to be a PS Plus Day 1 title. Death Note Killer Within, as the description of the game suggests, is an online social deduction game for up to 10 players. Players will be split into 2 teams with different objectives. To win the game, players will need to figure out each other's identities and eliminate L, who threatens Kira's power or seize the Death Note. Enjoy a battle of wits as Kira and his followers, or as L and the investigators in the world of Death Note. As equally matched opponents, the two teams clash to control the game while hiding their true identities from each other. The Death Note is hidden among the players, leading to a thrilling game of cat and mouse until one team overpowers the other. Each role has its own characteristics, allowing you to master a deep sense of strategy and tactical play. Depending on your assigned role, a wide range of strategies can be formulated, and each randomized scenario develops into a high-stakes game of tactics. Supports cross-play for a large group of players, so that is awesome, given the fact that I think there will be a healthy number of people playing the game on PC. Customize your game avatar with up to 7 types of unlockable items. Pick a custom nameplate and select a special animation to be displayed during a dramatic moment of gameplay. The game is meant to be played online only. It cannot be played in offline. Voice chat is recommended. Internet connection is required, and the service and its contents are subject to change or end without prior notice. So, you know, there we go with that. I'm interested to see how it turns out. I think it's a pretty interesting way to do a Death Note game. When this trademark was unveiled, I saw a lot of people also throw out the idea of it being a visual novel, which, you know, like, what are we gonna do with a visual novel? Like, add more context to the Death Note world? I guess you could do that, but it would probably just be a retelling of the story. I like something like this that's a little bit more interesting, but also fits within the context of Death Note, and we'll see how it turns out. Again, it's a PS Plus Day 1 title. It is out tomorrow, so be on the lookout for it, and I think it could be a little bit of fun. I don't think it's obviously gonna be as big as Among Us or anything like that, but, yo, I've been surprised by games in the past, so we'll see how this one turns out. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.